Alrighty. So today we're going to talk a little bit about our next method for shape making in Adobe Illustrator. Again, the first thing that we learned was that we can create shapes using these shape tools, okay, which we have here. So today we're going to cover A, how to make a new artboard, and B, how to create shapes using pathfinders, okay? So to make a new artboard, basically an artboard is this white page that we work on. So you would go up to Window, you would find Artboards, and then if you look down here, just like in Photoshop where we make a new layer, just going to click that plus, and boom. Now we're going to copy and paste this text, so just like Microsoft Word, if you click on it and go Control-C, Control-V, you can copy and paste. So today we're going to learn pathfinders. And how do we find pathfinders? You're going to go to Window. You're going to go down to Pathfinder. You're going to get a little menu here. Okay? You're going to see all these different boxes and stuff. So we're going to use two squares so that I can show you how pathfinders work. So first thing, I'm going to grab a rectangle tool, and I'm going to draw a rectangle. Okay? I'm going to also draw, let me hide this, a second. Actually, why don't we just copy and paste like we just learned? Control-C, Control-V. So I have two squares that are the same size. I'm going to make one square red. So if I go to Fill, I'm going to make this one red. We'll use red and black for Hinsdale. All right. So let's overlap these two shapes. Okay. Now, pathfinders allow us, if you look, when we create a shape, it creates a path around the shape, a blue path. Now we can create shapes by the way that these two paths intersect. So if I click, hold, and drag, I'm gonna select both shapes. And let's hover over this first pathfinder. This first one says Unite. So Option, click to create a compound shape and add to shape area. We don't need to click Option or anything, just click the shape. And now look, we have one shape that is created by the outline of those two squares. Now some of you are wondering, well, why did that turn black? That turns black because it fills the shape, the overall shape, with the color of the top square. Now let's say we wanted it to be red. We can arrange shapes in Photoshop. So if I click on this black square and I go to Object, Arrange, and I go Send to Back, look, it's behind it now, just like in Photoshop. So if I select my two shapes, the first one will unite it with the top color. What does this second one do? This second one says minus front. Let's see what happens. Look at that. It created a new shape by removing the top shape. Let's go to the next one. This one says intersect. So what intersect does is where the two shapes intersect, it creates a new shape. So for instance, if I take an ellipse tool, I draw one, I make a second one, and I interlock these, just like a Venn diagram in English class. If I select both of these, I'm going to get this middle oval. Let's see what the third one is. This third one is exclude. That's going to do a couple things. It excludes the middle shape, that's the intersecting shape, and it also fills both with the top color. Let's see the third. So down here we also have pathfinders. So what this is going to do is take the paths and do some things to it. This one says divide. So if I click divide, what it did is it divided these shapes along these lines. Now if I go to Object, Ungroup, it's going to unlock all of them. And now look, 1, 2, 3. Let's see what the second one does. Trim. So that's going to trim it on that inside line. Let's go to Object, Ungroup, and it works similar to the divide. So essentially, pathfinders allow us to combine multiple shapes and then create new shapes from those shapes. Okay? So what I would like you to do today is, using pathfinders and either rectangles or circles or stars, I want you to create 9 new shapes from the Pathfinder and Shape Modes menus. Once you do that, you'll click Save. You'll also export as a PNG, and you will submit that to Canvas today. So that's your tutorial for today on how to create shapes using pathfinders. Okay? Knock this out, and then on Wednesday and Thursday, we'll begin some project work. Alrighty, have a good one.